Hello, Out of the Park baseball fans. Hello, everybody. What is going on? Welcome to another episode of GnR on the Mets. I am so excited to be here with my friend and certified baseball genius, Gus Ramsey. Gus, how are you, sir?
I'm doing very well, Rich. A little apprehensive because the calendar has turned and we are heading into June with the Mets. And
What?
anybody who knows anything about the Mets knows that recent Junes have not been kind. A 10
You
and
have
18, a 5 and 21. So we were off to a great start. We've built ourselves a nice June cushion coming into June, but it's going to be interesting to see if the computer doesn't like June for the Mets as much as the baseball gods don't like June for the Mets.
I am shocked that you would have any concerns. It's not like the Mets have a sad June history in any way. They never go out to the West Coast and lose 7 of 9 on a regular basis. They never have a calamitous 8 game losing streak. Nothing like that ever happens in June to the Mets. I'm shocked,
Hardly,
Gus.
hardly ever. We're just going to say that it's May 32nd.
There you go. There you go. I love it. All right, so we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. Last week, I'm going to say it just straight up, Gus crushed it. He absolutely led the Mets to some significant victories over some significantly important teams, getting us to this wonderful position that we're in June. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. We're going to go through 3 series. We got a 2 game set with the Astros, and we got a couple of 3 game sets. We'll talk about all that in a few minutes. But before we do that, I wanted to talk for a minute, at least, Gus, about something that was unveiled yesterday, and that was the Dream Bracket 2, the Dream Seasons. So this is really, really awesome. In partnership with Major League Baseball, Out of the Park is producing, all the content, the games. We're literally playing all the games and producing all the box scores and the game logs and everything for this really interesting 64 team tournament. Now, unlike the first Dream Bracket, which was basically the greatest players for every franchise, these are individual seasons. Every major league club has 2 of their best teams in the tournament, along with a representative of the 1994 Expos, as well as 3 different Negro League teams. Now, the teams are all, with the exception of some of the Negro League teams, the teams are all post World War II. So it's really fascinating, Gus. And from the Mets perspective, which is what I want to really hear your thoughts on, they went with. I mean, first of all, the 2 best Mets clubs, as chosen by MLB.com, were 86 and 69. Do you agree that those are the 2 best Mets teams to be represented?
Well, I mean, they won the World Series,
Yep.
so you would have to start by saying that's a fair assessment. Um, I have felt for a long time that the 99 Mets team uh, that lost to the Braves in the LCS, that had John Olerud at first base, had the greatest defensive infield that we've seen, um, is on the short list of great Mets teams. And then the 2006 team that lost to the Cardinals, uh, that team was the best team in baseball for most of the year. So I would put those 2 teams up in the consideration. The 88 team that lost the heartbreaker to the Dodgers in the LCS and Oral Hershiser is on the short list. I mean, they've been around for 58 years or whatever it's been. Um, so there's probably 6 or 7 teams that you can really look at, but no one's going to quibble with taking the 2 teams that won the World Series and won 100 and 106 games.
Okay, very, very fair. I would have picked the 2 as well. I also might have thought about throwing 2015, that team in there. That was a good team. A young team, but a good team.
Yeah, I like from an overall talent standpoint, I like the '06 team better. I mean, you're talking a young Wright and Reyes, Beltran, Delgado, LaDuca, as opposed to Lucas Duda and some of those other guys who were
Okay.
nice pieces, but
Yep.
and you didn't have you had Cespedes for half that season. So some of the guys they had in the beginning of the year, that was a 500 team until Cespedes came along. The '06 team pretty much rolled all year long.
Good point. Want to talk about the matchup. So the Mets, the 86 Mets, are a number one seed in the second region. Their first matchup is against the 2018 Colorado Rockies. I don't know if you know anything about the 2018 Colorado Rockies. Gus, I literally know nothing about them other than
Yeah.
they must have played a couple of years ago.
Yes, that's correct. Look at you.
That's all I got.
Well, that team, I'm looking at it right now. That team won 91 games, and they've got some great bats. They got Trevor Story, who had 37 home runs. Arenado had 38 home runs. Charlie Blackmon had 29 home runs. But they got a lot of strikeouts. They got 5 guys with well over 100 strikeouts, and not a lot of pitching depth. Their third best starter that year was John Gray, who went 12-9 with a 5.12 ERA. You know, ERAs are always going to be a little bit inflated in Colorado for Colorado pitchers. They had 2 relievers with whips under 1, and Wade Davis was a little bit over 1. So their bullpen is strong, but I just don't think that their pitching is going to be able to quell the Mets bats. Usually in a good pitching versus good hitting kind of thing, the good pitching wins. So I would expect Doc and Darling and El Cid to kind of slow down the Rockies bats, and the Mets to get to the Rockies pitchers. So I would favor them pretty heavily. How does the opening round work in terms of number of games?
Best of 7, all the way through, everything.
Oh, all the way through. Then I would take the 86 Mets probably in 5 in that series.
Okay. Our good friend Alex Murray, who's in the chat, our Out of the Park Baseball Guru, is a huge Rockies fan. Alex, look, I love you, man, but there's no way those Rockies are getting more than a game. They might not even get a game against that 86 Mets team.
Yeah, the only tricky thing with the teams from the 80s compared to the present day teams is there was no real emphasis on on-base percentage in the 80s.
Right.
So from a computer simulation standpoint, the Rockies have a fighting chance because they got some guys who are going to get on base. You know, Wally Backman had a good OBP for the Mets, but
yes, he did.
But most of those guys, they hit 280, their on base was 310.
Right.
Because they just weren't walking a lot. So you might see something where the Mets struggle a little bit offensively because they're not stacking up any walks. But I think they should be. I mean, it's a 1 seed versus a 16 seed.
Right.
So if Alex, if the Rockies beat the Mets, then you can come do this next week for me.
And Fabic, also a big Rockets fan. I either knew that and forgot it, or I didn't know that in the first place.
Well, hopefully they're Broncos fans too. So shout out to the Broncos.
Well, and Fabic, I don't know if he is. Alex is a Rockies fan living in Arizona. I'm not quite sure how that works. You know, yeah, I mean, Alex must be a big bandwagon guy because the Rockies have won all of those championships. So that's probably what it is. So. All right. By the way, if assuming the Mets get past the 18 Rockies, they would play the winner of the matchup of the 1998 Padres versus the 2012 Giants. Once again, I don't think I can tell you anything about the 98 Padres, but the 2012 Giants is a scary team, and that could be a tough matchup for the Mets.
That's going to be like Lincecum and
Mad Bum, right?
Yeah.
Or was that before Bumgarner's time?
They had the righty who hit David right in the head. That starting pitcher, he was really good. But that's their first championship team, I believe.
You're probably right.
That Padres team, 98. Is that the Ken Caminiti team?
Probably. Sounds like it.
I mean, this Mets team is on. There aren't too many teams that won as many games as that team did, so I would pick them early on. The '69 team is really going to be the interesting team for me because they are so starting pitcher dominant. They're not great in the bullpen. That team, they've got arms, they've got some capable guys, but Tug McGraw is not a lights out closer the way some of these other teams have him. He's not a great whip guy. He's not a huge strikeout per 9 guy. So there'll be challenges there. And offensively, Buddy Harrelson hitting 220 at short, Wayne Garrett probably hitting 230-ish at third, platooning with Ed Charles, who was also a 230, 240 hitter. Kranepool, they had Cleon hit 340. Clendenin hit some home runs when he came over. I think Tommy Agee was like a 280 hitter. But they're offensively not a terrifically talented team. So if they're going to win, they're going to win games 3-2, 2-1.
Well, their first round matchup is very interesting. It's against the 1997 Florida Marlins, a really sneaky good team. Moises Alou, Gary Sheffield, Charles Johnson, Jeff Conine, Devin White, Bobby Bonilla. Darren Dalton was on that team, as was Jim Eisenreich. And then pitching. That team's pitching. Kevin Brown, 16-8 with a 2.69. Alex Fernandez, 17-12, 3.59. Al Leiter, 11-9. Levon Hernandez, 9-3. Rob Nen, 9-3. And then, of course, you had Rob Nen, who I just said, who had 35 saves. And that team can do some damage.
Offensively, they're pretty good. Curious to see how their pitching holds up. Because again, once you get past Brown and Fernandez, I don't know how good that is. Levon, he must have been a call up because he was only 22 that year. But Rob Nen walked 40 guys in 74 innings. You know, he's got a whip of 1.5, not exactly ideal for your closer. And then offensively, Conine's a righty, Davis is a righty, Renteria's a righty, Bonilla's a switch, Sheffield's a righty. So, you know, there's going to be some tough matchups against Seaver and Gentry and Ryan in there. And Kuzman's Kuzman. So let's just say this. It's going to hurt my heart a lot if the 69 Mets lose to the Marlins.
Well, I could tell you right now what happened, but I don't want to know. I want to find out at the same time as everybody else. Marcus has been producing all the data, and I've purposely not been following because I enjoy watching it and finding out live with everybody else. So that is Dream Bracket 2. That kicks off next Thursday, Gus, and I'm really excited. It's going to be over the course of almost 4 weeks. MLB.com and MLB Network on their Twitch channel are going to be showing tons of coverage. There's going to be what they did. I don't know if you saw the coverage of the first Dream Bracket, all the box scores, all the game logs, all the stats, a ton of really good articles written by folks analyzing it. So this thing, I think, as good as the first Dream Bracket was, and it was great, I think this might even be more fun because especially you and I and a lot of people identify with a lot of these teams, right? It's different when you're talking about a team that you watched play in a specific season versus an amalgamation of various people across time.
It's not as random, and
right.
you can make a stronger argument for a one season team. You're like, I could sit here and tell you all day why the '86 Mets is a top 10 team of all time,
right?
As opposed to an amalgamation of guys. But hey, Rich, let's be honest. 4 weeks from now, people, if they're talking about OOTP, they're talking about Gus Ramsey's Mets.
That's exactly right. That is exactly right. And that is exactly where we're going, Gus. We got a lot of good stuff going on tonight, so let's get to it. Your New York Mets are in first place, 38-21 with a scintillating 644 winning percentage. That is good, Gus, for the best record in baseball.
And the Braves are pretty high up there among.
That's right.
They've got about looks like the 5th or 6th best record in baseball. I mean,
That's
there's a lot of winning. There's a lot of winning across the top of all the divisions.
That's right.
4 of the 6 division looks like there's the first place team is a 60% or higher.
And look at the wild card. The wild card race is the National League East. The only team that's not first, second, or third in the wild card that's in the NL East is the Nationals, who happen to be the defending champion. You got to believe they're gonna make some people pay. So this division, Gus, is unbelievable.
Yeah, well, we got 4 games with the Nats in their ballpark, so if they're gonna make any kind of a run, they're gonna probably want to start that tonight. But it was around mid-May last year where they were 9-10 games out.
That's right.
I remember watching a game and Keith Hernandez saying, like, look, if they don't get started soon, they're toast. And then they got started. So, it's interesting to look and see that the Orioles are as bad as we thought they are. They're 19-41 and 19 games out of first place. The Rays still really, that's interesting. Look at the AL East, the A's and the Jays ahead of the Yankees and the Red Sox. And the Red Sox are woeful.
Mm-hmm.
The Dodgers under 500 is shocking.
Very shocking. And lost 5 in a row. Thanks somewhat to us, by the way.
Thanks in part to us for sure. The Brewers probably not meeting expectations. The Reds, who people were high on coming into this year in real life,
Yep.
last place. So there's a bit of a topsy-turvy thing going on. And the Angels in a lot of different sim games do very well this year. So I'm not surprised that they're 37 and 22. I'm a little surprised across the board. Like if you told me a month ago, yeah, all the Sims really like the Angels, I would have been a little curious as to why. But a lot of surprises going on. Hopefully, ours is not a big surprise, and hopefully, it's not going to change anytime soon.
So let's get to it, Gus. Here's the
Oh,
situation. We've got 2 games with the Astros at home. Then we head to Washington for 4, and then we have 3 games at home with the Cardinals before our next off day. So when we end this stream, it's going to be Thursday, June 11th, and we're going to be getting ready for games against the Nationals, Cubs, and Phillies. So,
yes.
what would you like to do? Do you want to take a look at the team real quick? Do you want to jump right into a game? How do you want to approach tonight?
Yeah, well, it's interesting. In real life, this would have been the Astros' first trip to New York in 2020 because they don't play the Yankees until September. So it really would have been interesting to see how they would have been treated at Citi Field, how the New York media would have descended upon them. And oh, by the way, here's 6 straight games against the 2 teams that were in the World Series last year. So, that in and of itself is interesting. Let's just go to the roster real quick.
Sure.
Because I forget where we are, if there's any injuries or if memory serves. I sent down Dom and we called up Matt Adams.
Yep, that is right.
Right.
Oh, and
So
Alonso was hurt. That's
Yeah.
right. The big cliffhanger was what?
Oh, and we still don't know. Oh my
We
God.
still don't know what's going on with Pete Alonso. Oh, no.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll get started and find out. Where are we in the pitching rotation? It looks like this is McCullers.
Well, we got
against
DeGrom.
All
going
right.
for us.
Is it me? I think it's been a little while since we've done a DeGrom start.
It is.
I could be wrong, but I know we did some Noahs and probably did a Mets.
Yep.
So we'll just play the first one,
All right.
and then maybe we'll get a sense of that'll get us to the Dom or the drama with Pete.
Right.
So they've got Lance McCullers on the mound.
Coming back from injury, ice cold, has not pitched well, evidently.
We've got Matt Adams out there. So who's at first? They got J.D. Davis at first. So let's put Matt Adams in there at first base.
All right.
But I like the way JD's been swinging the bat. So let's put him in there for Lowry, who's cooled off a little bit.
Okay.
And I want to move Ramos up in front of Adams. And I want to put Cespedes in front of Adams. McNeil, Davis, Cano, Conforto, Ramos. Nimmo's on the bench for some reason. So who's in center field?
Conforto's in center.
Conforto's in center. Cespedes is in left. McNeil's in right. Okay, so we're in a little different place right now with this lineup. That's okay. I want to give JD a game against his old team, so we'll roll with this lineup.
Lefty heavy going against a left-hander.
Yeah, the other thing I would consider is he's a right-handed pitcher. He's a lefty batter, but he throws right.
Oh, my bad. So there you go.
Okay.
Don't pay attention to me.
I might consider throwing Nimmo in there for one more lefty bat, but JD's been playing good, so I want to give him another turn. He's done very well out of the 2-hole for us. So, all right, let's jump in, Mr. DeGrom.
Let's do it.
He's been very good of his last couple starts, if I remember correctly.
So we got Straw, Altuve, and Alvarez.
What's Straw's? I think he's super fast, isn't he? What's his speed? Yeah, he's a 70.
Yeah, 70 speed, 70 stealing. So
yeah, no, he does look to be a good bunter. So we're just gonna pitch away.
Okay, not corners in.
No.
Okay.
We're just gonna come to pop up, start the game, and move on. Astros 20.
Meanwhile, the Astros, not playing well.
Yeah, well, remember we beat the bejesus out of Verlander down there in Houston.
Wind is blowing out to right, 13 miles an hour, so it's moving a little bit.
It's good to have my lefty bats in there.
And that's going to be a leadoff hit for the speedy Straw.
We definitely want to hold him.
Okay.
And go double play depth.
All right, so we're double play depth and we're holding the runner. 3-1 count. That's hit to right. The play is made. So that's good. 1 out.
I really feel like we should be pumping in a bunch of booing going on.
There you go. The chat is doing it for you. We have a lot of booing going on in here. Wow.
Fantastic.
Good stuff.
You can always count on the chat. Hold the runner and double play depth, although I think we're going to get a strikeout here.
3-1. That's a walk.
Alvarez, not much of a walker, but got one there. Only 20 walks for Jake on the season. Double play depth for Mr. Bregman. You don't see Jake walk guys in the first inning very often.
Full count to Bregman, and that is hit. That's a base hit. That's going to score a run. The Astros are going to take a 1-0 lead. Only 1 out still, first and third.
Astros can swing the bats. We know that. Let's hold the runner and double play depth.
All right. 0-1 count to Correa, and that's a base hit. It's 2-0. Still 1 out, first and third.
This is the classic great pitcher. You get him early or you don't get him at all kind of thing. Let's visit the mound.
Okay.
Just make sure Jake is okay.
Yep.
Settle down, bud, and you got this. All right, let's hold and double play depth. Let's get that double play ball we've been looking for.
And there is a fly ball to center. That will score a run.
Or will it?
I think it will, yes. Yep, he scores.
Wow.
3-0.
Not too many times in his career has Jake given up 3 runs in the first inning. Remember that game against the Phillies a few years ago? We threw 49 pitches in the first inning and didn't allow a run.
Yes. Yes, I do. And there's a walk.
Wow.
To Brantley. DeGrom is all over the place. This is the 8th batter he's faced in Garrett Stubbs. 2 outs.
No strikeouts yet.
0-1 count. There's yet another hit. That is, the runner's going to get thrown out at least, so we got that going for us. Wow, a brutal inning for DeGrom. 3 runs, 4 hits. It could have even been worse. My goodness.
I would not want to be a water cooler in the dugout right now. The good news is we've been swinging the bats good, and McCullers has been a little cold, so see if we can get right back in.
All right, so here's McNeil, who is, I still believe, leading the lead in the league in hitting at 348. Yep, still leading the National League, 348, and 5th in RBI with 44. 15-game hitting streak, but he flies out to left for the first out of the game. Here's J.D. Davis. He hits it well to center, and that gets over the center fielder's head for a stand-up double. He's on second with 1 out.
Gotta feel good against his old squad.
Here's Robbie Cano.
Robbie's been a godsend so far.
333, 3-28. Very good. With the 394 on-base percentage, too, speaking of OBP. And he's got a 3-1 count, and he lines it down the line. That's going to score a run. That's a nice, that's exactly what we needed. We don't need to get it all back, but you want to answer the bell, and they've done that. Robbie Cano with a nice RBI double there, and it's 3-1. Cano's on second with 1 out. Here's Conforto, and it's 3-0 to him, and he walks. And all of a sudden, Gus, things are happening at Citi Field. Here's Ramos.
Ramos has been a steady Eddie all year.
It's a full count to Ramos, and that is a walk. The bases are loaded. 1 out. McCullers struggling. Here is Cespedes with the bases loaded.
Cespedes, you look at the numbers, 294, 4 and 8. Like, those are fine, but he hasn't really done anything huge yet. He hasn't had a moment yet. This would be a nice spot for a moment.
This would be. Here's the count. 2-2. You want to at least get a run out of this. He flies to left. Is the run going to try to score? No. That is a unproductive out. Very unproductive. That's not what we wanted. Here's Matt Adams with 2 outs and the bases loaded. He could
For
go a long
Alonso.
way in staying with the club with something good here, right, Gus?
Indeed.
He's swinging at the first pitch, and he hits it pretty well. That's out to center field, deep right center, but the play is made. So the Mets leave some guys on base, Gus.
Yeah, he got one up there with the wind blowing out. Thought maybe it might carry a little bit, but I'm not going to be surprised if Jake gets on a roll from here. He's got McCullers here first, so that's hopefully a good way to start.
1-1 to McCullers, and he grounds it to third base. That's a base hit.
When's the last time Jake went through the lineup one time without a
Oh
strikeout?
boy, here's Straw. We going to double play depth here?
Sure. I imagine he's going to be tough to double up with in those.
2-1 count to Straw. That is caught by the shortstop, Rosario, for 1 out. Here's Altuve. He's swinging on a 1-0 count. They're just swinging very aggressively. Altuve gets a base hit. I don't even think there's been a 2-strike count. Maybe a full count here, but my goodness.
Yeah, let's go visit the mound again.
I'm perfectly fine. Let me pitch, he says.
Yeah, I would like to see perfectly strike some people out. Let's go.
Here's Alvarez. First and second, 1 out. First pitch swinging, and that is hit pretty well to right, but that will be caught. That's 2 outs. Runner does not advance. Here's Bregman. Full count to Bregman. And that is popped behind first and caught. So DeGrom still no strikeouts, but he settles down. No runs in the second. 3-1 Astros, bottom 2. Here's Rosario, DeGrom, and McNeil.
I'm inching closer to that 200 level. He had the 4 multi-hit games last week.
Right.
Keep it going.
You called him. 1-1 to Rosario, and that's a base hit. So he might be at 200 now, Gus. He might be there. He is.
Good for him.
All the way back. Are we bunting with DeGrom here?
Let's drop a bunt here.
Okay. DeGrom can hit. We know that. But he successfully executes the sacrifice bunt. Well done. And Rosario is on second with speed for McNeil.
We're set up for a nice little inning here.
McNeil swinging at the first pitch, and that's popped up to the left of home plate. Play made by the catcher. 2 outs, and here's J.D. Davis again. And he's swinging at the first pitch. Oh, no, he's not. There's a wild pitch. Rosario will get down to third.
The colors, there was a lot of breaking balls. Probably bounced one there.
1-0 count to Davis. Full count. And he swings and strikes out. So 3-1 Astros after 2. We got Correa, Gurriel, and Brantley up.
The outfield, for some reason, it shifted around to right for Correa. Let's play him straight up. Just outfield normal.
All right.
There you go. Thank you.
You got it. All right. 0-2 to Correa. There is still not the first strikeout of the game. Grounded over to second. 1 out. Here's Gurriel. 1-0 to him. And he hits it very well. That's going to get all the way to the wall. That's going to be 2 at least. That might even be 3. Nope, it will be 2. Here's Brantley with a man on second and 1 out. He's swinging at the first pitch. And that is a base hit, but it was very weakly hit, and the runner was not able to move until late. So it's first and third, 1 out. Stubbs at the plate, and then the pitcher. You would think DeGrom can get out of this.
Let's go double play depth and hold Brantley.
1-2 count, and a ground ball right to the second baseman, over to the short for 1, and over to first for 2. Very good. Plus, you get the pitcher coming up in the 4th. That's the way you want to end that inning.
This is a very un-Jake-like performance, but we're hanging in there.
Hanging in there is right. Here's Robbie Cano. 2-2 to Cano, and that is popped into short right for the first out of the inning. Here's Conforto. He's swinging on a 1-0 pitch, and that is going to be caught by the shortstop. 2 outs. And Ramos with an 0-2 count. He strikes out. So both pitchers have settled down. So now the 4th inning, McCullers leads off. DeGrom at 59 pitches so far. He's got a 1-1 count to McCullers, who got a hit his first time up. He grounds over to first, so there's an out to start the first. Excuse me, to start the 4th. Here's Straw. Doing anything with the infield here?
No, you're good.
All right. Straw gets a full count, and he grounds down to third. Well-positioned third baseman. 2 outs. Here's Altuve. Altuve with an 0-2 count. And there's the first strikeout of the game. It comes with 2 outs in the 4th.
In the first 1, 2, 3 inning of the game for DeGrom.
That's right. All right, so it's Cespedes, Adams, Rosario here in the bottom of the 4th. 2-2 to Cespedes. And that is popped into short center. 1 out.
I just hope that Cespedes at bat in the first inning doesn't come back to bite us a little bit. This game is settling down now.
1-0 to Adams. He lines it straight into the shift, but he gets to first base.
Well, he dropped like 30 pounds a couple years ago, so he's a little faster now.
All right, so he is on first with Rosario at the plate and 1 away.
Swinging away.
2-2 to Rosario, and he might be back below the magical 200 barrier. Not quite. And here's DeGrom with 2 outs. He can swing a mean stick. Hopefully he can do something here. He's swinging at the first pitch, and that is a base hit. So he returns the favor of McCullers, and he's on first. First and second, 2 outs for McNeil.
Another chance for McNeil to drive somebody in here with 2 outs.
That's right. It's definitely time for McNeil here. 1-2 to McNeil, and it gets by him. So like you said, Gus, it can be a little wild. Now there's second and third with 2-2 count to McNeil.
Yeah, now just find some grass and let's score 2 and tie it up.
Oh, he strikes out. McNeil with a couple of poor at-bats with men in scoring position. By the way, Gus, I love the hat.
Thank you.
Love the hat. All right,
Yeah,
top 5. You got Alvarez, Bregman, Correa, and you got a 72 pitch DeGrom here.
Yep.
2-2 to Alvarez. And that is grounded into the shift. 1 out. Here is Bregman. He's swinging at the first pitch. And that's a rip for a base hit into center. He's at first with 1 out. So now we got the infield at double play depth, and the outfield shifted right again for Correa for some reason. You don't want that, right?
No, I don't. Let's pitch out.
They do pitch out. The runner is not in motion.
All right. Let's hold him.
That is a walk.
Looked like a strike from here. Come on, Blue.
First and second, 1 out. Gurriel at the plate.
Go ahead and pitch away.
0-1 count to Gurriel, and that is grounded as short. Over to second for 1. They will not get the double play. First and third, 2 outs.
Correa seems to be in pain. The trainer examines his right elbow. They have to take him out of the ballgame.
Interesting. All right, so there are
right here. Let's go visit the mound yet again. I'm going to use up all my mound visits in this game.
All right. No worries, he says.
Yep. Let's make sure he's comfortable going after Brantley here. The Stubbs on deck. Hopefully he's careful here. Not walking here. Not the end of the world if he walks Michael Brantley.
You want to pitch around at all, or just
no?
pitch?
We're just going to pitch.
Okay.
He's the 2-time Cy Young Award winner.
1-2, and that's ripped for a base hit. And that drives in the run and also gets the man over to third. It's 4-1.
Still within striking distance.
2-2 count. And that's a wild pitch, and another run comes in.
That really hurts. That really hurts. All right, let's close this inning out.
Full count to Stubbs, and he grounds over to third, and that will be the third out of the inning. It's 5-1.
Those are
A
two
100
runs.
mile an hour fastball, so he's still bringing the heat, but
Well, we got to warm somebody up. So let's go to Familia.
all right. Familia warming. The Mets have Davis, Cano, and Conforto. Now's the time to start making something happen. There's a full count to Davis, and that is grounded down to first, one out. Here's Cano, who has the lone RBI of the day for the Mets. A full count to Robbie, and that is ball four, so he's at first for Conforto. 0-1 to Conforto, and he grounds right to the second baseman for the easy double play. And it's 5-1 Astros in the top of the sixth.
All right, let's put Familia in there for DeGrom.
Okay.
And you're good to go.
All right. So here's McCullers. Don't tell me he's going to walk McCullers. He walks McCullers, man on first for a straw.
Double play depth.
All right. 0-1 to Straw. That's grounded right to the perfectly positioned shortstop for second for one, and over to first for two. Double play.
Okay.
Well done, sir. Here's Altuve. Maybe gets a 1-0 count on Altuve. And that is ripped down to third, and the out is made. So Familia with an excellent inning.
All right, let's jump back into the bullpen. And so they're going to have a lefty and a bunch of righties. Let's go Betances. Dig a little deeper earlier because they're trying to keep this game close. All right. It's bat. I got a feeling we're going to put together enough of a rally that the pitcher spot's going to come up this inning. So
Here's Ramos. Ramos grounds down to third. That is over to first for one out.
Colors has really settled down.
He really has. Here's Cespedes, 1-2 to him. And that is a strikeout. That is McCullers' fifth strikeout of the day. Here's Adams. 2-2 to Adams. And that is popped behind first. And I don't know what happened there. That was an error. He dropped it. So here's Rosario with Adams on first and two away. 2-2 count to Rosario, and he makes contact with it. That is hit well. That is a home run for Rosario.
All right, here we
And
come.
you called it, Gus. The pitcher's spot is now up. All of a sudden, it's a 5-3 game, and Ahmed Rosario continuing his hot hitting as of late. Well done, Gus.
Just a brutal error by Altuve to keep the inning alive. It gets Rosario up there. It's the old bloop and a blast with an assist from Altuve, and who knows? It was down the line. Maybe the Mets fans were all over him as he got close. All right, let's go to the bench here. Let's find someone to bat for Mr. Familia. Let's go Jed Lowry for now because we're going to need Nimmo later in the game.
All right. So here is the switch hitting Lowry. McCullers still in the game. Lowry has a 1-2 count, and he hits a little nibber down the nibbler.
Yeah.
What do I call it?
Pass the pitcher's mound, number.
Nubber. There we go.
And look at this tying run coming to the plate.
He's at first with 2 outs.
Mr. McNeil, another chance. He's had a tough day. He's probably broken a bat or two. No frustration.
It is a lead, swinging at the first pitch, and that is ripped, but the play is made. The play is made, and it is now the top of the seventh. So now we got to bring in Betances, right? Are we doing any sort of double switching or anything like that?
No.
No? Okay.
Nope.
Very good. All right. Betances on the mound. Alvarez at the plate. There's a hard shift right and an outfield shift right. You good with
Yep.
that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Here is Betances. 1-1. And that is grounded perfectly into the shift. One away. That brings up Bregman. Everybody's normal here.
Yep, all good.
And that looks like a 4-pitch walk. It is. He's at first with one away.
Hold and double play depth.
Double play depth and hold the runner. 1-2 count. And that is popped up behind first. That will be caught for the second out. Here's Gurriel.
Hold the runner.
Holding the runner. 1-1 to him. Oh, grounded right to the first baseman. And there you go. We're head to the bottom of the seventh. The Mets are still hanging around. It's 5-3. McCullers still in the game. 104 pitches. I'm very surprised by this. Are we doing anything in the bullpen here before we get rolling?
Bullpen. And let's warm up everybody's favorite lefty, Justin Wilson.
You kind of have to, right?
Well, because where they're at in the order right now.
Exactly. You got to face at least two lefties.
Yeah. I might run Betances back out there, but we'll see what we do here.
All right. Here's J.D. Davis.
I like 2-3-4 right now.
1-2 count to Davis, and he hits it. That is into left center, but that will be caught for the first out of the game. First out of the inning. One out for Cano. McCullers at 108 pitches still in there. 2-2 to Cano, and that is a strikeout. Strikeout number 6. Here's Conforto. Lance McCullers coming back from major injury with a near heroic effort. He gets the Mets. He's given up 3 runs through 7 innings. It's 5-3 Mets. 5-3 Astros, top of the 8th.
I'll tell you what, going into that inning with McCullers at a whole over 100 pitches and with our 2-3-4 hitters coming up, I was very optimistic. I'm going to roll with Betances here for at least the first batter.
All right. That is Michael Brantley. This is the 1-1 pitch. And he rips a base hit into right field, so he's the leadoff hitter.
Go ahead and hold the runner and pitch.
All right. And that gets by him. That's a wild pitch. Brantley goes over to second.
Wow. They're probably not going to have him bunt here, I don't think, but let's go corners in just in case.
Okay.
And pitch away.
2-1 pitch. And that is grounded to short, over to first for the out. One away. Man on third. Productive out for the Astros. And the pinch hitter is up in Kyle Tucker.
All right. I need a strikeout here. This is tough. Let's bring infield in. And let's go into the bullpen. And go ahead and go to Wilson. And let's warm up. Let's warm up Waka. Okay. Make sure the infield's still in. Now you'll bring the infield back in.
Okay. All set?
Yeah.
All right. Here's Tucker. Full count. Wilson and Tucker. Infield in. And that is a strikeout. That's what you said you wanted, Gus, and you got it.
That's what I needed.
Now you've got the leadoff hitter up, who can absolutely fly. Man on third, 2 outs, and Wilson on the mound.
Gotta go get him. Altuve's down there on deck.
Pitching straight up.
Yes, sir.
1-2 count, and that is popped up, and the play is made. Gus, your moves worked perfectly.
Woo.
Perfectly. You put yourself in a position. Whether we can pull it off, who knows? At least you gave yourself a chance.
Yeah. So now they bring in a lefty to pitch to Ramos and Cespedes, which is interesting.
And do you want to do anything? No, you got Walker
Um,
right.
let's sit Waka down and get Lugo up.
All right. Bottom eighth. Ramos, Cespedes, Adams. Ramos, 3-0 count. No way he's swinging, right?
Wouldn't think so.
And he's not, and that's a walk. So he's at first with speed, with nobody out.
Let's take until we get a strike since he just threw 4 in a row.
All right. There's ball 1. There's ball 2. 2-1 now.
All right, now we'll swing away.
All right. And that is ripped for a base hit. First and second. Nobody out, Gus. Things are happening here. Adams coming up here.
All right. Let me take a look at my bench. Let's click on Eduardo Nunez for a second. So he cannot play first base. Who else do I have on this team who can play first base? Let's see. They had J.D. Davis at first to start the game when they were looking at the lineups. Let's check him. Do he have a defensive rating at first base?
He does. 35, but he can play.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to bet Nunez here before Matt Adams.
All right. Okay.
And we're going to swing away with Mr. Nunez here.
First and second. Nobody out. Nunez at the plate. It's a big spot in the game. Full count. And that is grounded down to third. No play is made. It's an infield single. The bases are loaded and nobody out. Oh my gosh. Things are happening, Gus.
Let's take a pitch.
Rosario at the plate. He takes the first pitch, and that is ball 1.
Let's take another.
He takes the second pitch. That is strike 1.
All right. That's right now. Are they playing infield in?
The infield is in.
Wow, that makes no sense. But we'll take it. Let's swing away.
3-1 to Rosario, and he grounds it to the shortstop. The throw is made to first. The out is there. So base is still loaded, just 1 out, but no run. And the pitcher spot is up.
Well, we're going to go back to the bench. So do you use your second catcher or you use a lefty batter against a lefty pitcher? Mr. Nimmo knows how to get on base, so we're going to go to Nimmo here.
And this is in the pitcher spot, right? Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
And we'll just, are they still playing infield in?
They're still playing in.
All right, well, let's swing away. Brandon, lefty on lefty.
2-2 count. Oh, strikes out looking. This is terrible. We had bases loaded and nobody out. Now we have bases loaded and 2 outs. Come on, guys.
Opportunity for Jeff McNeil.
Oh.
He's on base all day.
Come on, Jeff. Do it. 1-2 count to McNeil. He strikes out. Oh, that's unfortunate.
The number of times in my life I've seen the Mets load the bases with nobody out and not score is way too many. All right, so Nunez has to go to third base. JD goes to first base. Nimmo will go to center field. Conforto will go to right field. And Lugo's going to go in for McNeil's spot. Boy, that's twice. We had bases loaded for Cespedes in the first inning and 1 out. Or maybe it was first inning. No, it was bases loaded because the guy didn't tag up on the fly ball. It wasn't deep enough. So our chances. All right, we need Lugo here to.
That's right. Lugo to Altuve, Alvarez, and Bregman. The third is in. Are you okay with that?
No, just normal. Infield normal.
1-1 to Altuve. And that is fly out to left field, 1 away. Here's your Alvarez. Hard shift right, outfield shift right.
All good, yep.
He swings at the first pitch. And that is caught by Nemo. 2 outs for Bregman.
Ball finds him.
2-2 to Bregman. And he strikes out swinging. So the Mets are down by 2 heading to the bottom of the 9th. With the 2-3-4, Davis, Cano, Conforto, and Ryan Presley on the mound.
Ryan Presley, who on the year has given up 23 hits and 12 walks in 19 innings, 5.68 ERA. So maybe there's a chance here.
All right, J.D. Davis at the plate. Full count for Davis. He strikes out swinging. 1 out.
He's had a lot of strikeouts today.
Here's Robbie Cano. 2-2 to Cano. And that is a fly ball into center field. Pretty well hit, but the center fielder will make the play. 2 outs. And Conforto. Conforto gets a full count. And he grounds it over to first. Play is made. That's the ball game. Astros win 5-3.
It's a tough one. DeGrom was never settled into the game.
Nope.
And, only 1 strikeout, 3 walks, and 10 hits in 5 innings. You're never going to see that again.
No.
And we had bases loaded in the first and bases loaded in the 8th with less than 2 outs and couldn't get a run in.
The bullpen was great.
That last inning where DeGrom pitched and he gave up those 2 extra runs, the 2-out hit and then the wild pitch, those 2 runs ended up being huge, obviously.
Yep.
So that was just a game of missed opportunities across the board. So in light of that, I have to go and change my hat because as much as you like it, I don't like the mojo that we started the night with. So I'm going to be right back.
Okay.
Bear with me.
Take your time. We still don't know what happened to poor Pete Alonso as Gus disappears into the ether. Well, this might be a good time. This is a good time. All right, what do you got? What do you got on there now, Gus?
Just the all orange Mr. Met this time.
Oh, good.
So no diagnosis on Alonso?
No diagnosis on Alonso. He is out.
Wow. I almost feel like I should do a preemptive. Well, I probably can't put him on the DL if he's not hurt, right?
Right.
He's just going to sit there and take up a roster spot. Having an extra bat, it kind of hurt us that last game. I had to go to Nimmo there. That's tough, but that's managing in the big leagues, kids.
That's right. That's exactly right.
All right, so let's at least check the lineup for the next game because they had a couple weird things going on there, like JD at first and Nimmo not in the lineup and all that. So.
All right, so there's your lineup.
So Syndergaard against Josh James. All right, let's adjust this lineup.
Okay.
So let's put Nimmo in there for this game. We're going to go in for Cespedes.
All right.
He can't play every day.
No for Cespedes.
And then let's switch Nimmo and Conforto defensively.
All right. So Nimmo goes to center and Conforto goes to left or right.
Conforto goes to left.
Okay.
And then I want to switch Rosario and Lowry in the order in terms of position or batting order position.
Okay.
Yep. Ahmed's starting to come around.
Yes, he is.
Move him up. Let's let's flip Nimmo and Ramos. Because Ramos,
All right. If you guys, by the way, there's consensus in the chat that from after a tough loss, you might need to face some tough questions from the press, aka the chat. So you might have a short press conference coming up here.
Hey, fire away. Nobody does manager speak better than I do. Yeah, just flip Ramos and Nimmo in the lineup. Ramos only slugging 389.
By the way, the back page of the New York Daily News after that one trashed McNeil and Mets waste opportunities in a 5-3 loss. The Daily News was bases loaded or Mets downfall. Tough. I mean, look, they're in first place. They have the best record in baseball, and the back pages are killing you. It's not right, Gus.
It's okay. They're still writing about us and not the Yankees, so I'm good with it.
Question from AZ Axel: did DeGrom report any issues with his arm or fingers after that rough first inning?
No, he said his young daughter was up all night and he just didn't get a good night's rest.
All right.
Let's run this bad boy through.
All right, we are going to go right to simulating the whole game, right?
Yeah, I see they've got Correa back in the game, so apparently he wasn't too bad.
All right, here we go. We're simulating the entire game. And the Mets win 7-2. So nice. They split the 2-game homestand. Don't get swept. That was good.
Did Lowry hit a grand slam?
Ramos went 2 for 2, and it would appear that Jed Lowry hit a grand slam.
Off of Bobby Abreu? Not the Bobby Abreu.
And by the way, I know not to call it a grand slam home run, Gus, because you told me last week.
Yeah, Ramos. I had a feeling Noah was going to give us a good game, and he did. We like that.
Very good game. Familia with his second straight strong outing.
Yeah, he's been solid for us. I think he's currently on fire, if I remember correctly. So we like that. And 8 walks. Could have used some of those last game, but we'll take 8 walks from the lineup.
Ramos 2 ribs and Lowry, and then Davis also had an RBI.
Yeah, well, the bottom of the order did all the damage.
Yep. And Lowry somehow, even though he had a grand slam, also left 4 on base.
Those earlier at bats, but a 6-run 8th inning to take that one.
All right, so let's finish today.
Any questions today, media? Are we good now? Thank you.
He's still out, and still nothing. I'm baffled. I'm baffled. I mean, Alex, you're in the chat. How long do we have to wait to find out what's wrong with Pete Alonso?
This is a very Metsian injury right here.
Yeah.
We'll know tomorrow. We'll know the other tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Next tomorrow.
All right, so we are 39-22 after a 2-game split. We're a game and a half up.
Washington.
What's that?
And off we go to Washington.
And off we go to Washington. We got Voth today, Corbin tomorrow, Ross on Saturday, and Lynn on Sunday. Not sure what's going on, but that doesn't sound like the Washington Nationals pitching rotation we've come to know and loathe.
Yeah, where are Strasburg and Scherzer? Are they hurt?
It's a good question. Let's take a look.
I mean, potentially one of them we're just missing, but...
So Scherzer is pitching. Strasburg is nowhere to be found. He has a sprained ankle.
Oh, wow. His time is also unknown, as is Trey Turner's.
Yeah.
I'm not going to cry over missing Strasburg and Turner.
Let's skip the first-year player draft, right? Because we don't care about that.
We do not.
We're just going to go ahead and play the game against the Nationals. So we got 4 against the Nationals, Gus.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking it's in their building. I think we're going to win 3.
Okay.
Porcello's on fire. And they're doing the old pitcher hitting 8th, which is interesting because Zach Cozart is hitting 9th. Yeah, they have a very interesting lineup. A lot of old guys in there. Cabrera and Thames and Howie Kendrick.
Loose lips sink ships. No word on Alonso injury is the back page today. They're getting rough, Gus.
Um, we're running back that lineup. No, I want. All right, so Nimmo's going to go back in the lineup today, and we're going to put him in the 3 spot for Robbie Cano right now. And then McNeil goes to second base, and Nimmo goes to right field. No, sorry. May put Nimmo in center and Conforto in right. And then flip Nimmo and McNeil in the order. And they're giving Eduardo Nunez a start at third. I say sure, why not?
Okay.
And Mr. Porcello's been good. So
yes, he has. Are we ready to simulate the whole game?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. We are simulating the whole game. Mets, Nationals. Nationals struggling. And the Mets lose 4-3 after being up 3-0, giving up 2 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, and 1 in the 9th. It's a walk-off win for the Nationals.
Jeff McNeil is slumping big time right now.
2 outs. Robles hit a fastball for a run-scoring single in the 9th off of Bratch. Rosario 2 for 4, continuing his hot streak.
Another homer for him.
Conforto with a home run as well.
Looks like Porcello pitched pretty well.
Porcello went 7 1/3, 3 earned, 6 strikeouts, 103 pitches. That's, he went into the 8th giving up 3 earned runs. That's pretty darn good.
Yeah, and they probably gave up a couple of those innings.
The back page after this one, Agee, breaky, Brack. Brack bends and breaks as Mets lose in walk-off style. That is fantastic, Magus. That's amazing.
That's right. When he gets a win in the next game, it'll be Brock to the future.
Gus Ramsey, a little salty afterwards. He's like, "You guys are killing my guys. Well, I'll give you your headlines."
All right. Well, let's find out now if we can find out what happened to Pete Alonso.
Let's see if we can find out. Let's go ahead and finish today. Here, nope, the draft is not done yet. Hold on. Got to go to the draft. I'm just going to auto draft the whole thing.
Yes, please.
Because Gus has said he doesn't care about the draft, which is fine. Oh, man, the chat is on their game. So here is a message about the draft. We don't care about that. Let's finish today. Let's find out what happened. Okay, good, Gus. A foot contusion, 1 to 2 weeks.
All right, so he's got to go on the IL.
Whew, okay, that's a lot better than I was. I was thinking real bad situation.
Diagnosed a contusion. Like I could have looked down at his foot and told you it was a contusion. I guess they were making sure it wasn't broken. So placed on the IL, 10 days.
Okay.
And we got to go to the rosters and transactions and down for our buddy
Dom.
I want to go to Dom here just for some first base flexibility. It's tough because he and Adams are kind of the same guy, but at least a left-handed hitting first baseman with not too much other ability.
Cespedes is hurt. He's day to day. He's day to day with a shoulder.
Okay, that's fine.
And he's going to need 3 days, so he's going to be out for a little bit. Looks like.
Oh well, it's June. Here comes the June injuries.
There you go.
So this is jumping in the next game here.
Okay.
We're going to make up the lineups as we go along.
Yeah.
At this point, we're going to have to start doing some work.
All right. So here's your lineup.
The lefty, Patrick Corbin. So this is where we're going to miss Cespedes a little bit. So let's put Nito in there for Ramos. This is going to be an ugly lineup for this game. Cespedes has to come out. Put Nimmo in for Cespedes. And so I need another outfielder. No, I got a left. I need a first baseman. Let's go Dom in the lineup. And I sat Robbie yesterday, so he's going to come in for Jeff McNeil, who is slumping big time right now. He doesn't have the cold thing yet, but I know that he is cold. So he goes to second. And Lowry's going to go to third. And JD goes to left, and Nimmo goes to right. No, Nimmo goes to center. Conforto goes to right. Sorry.
It's all right.
All right, we're now actually constructing this lineup. Let's go Rosario in the one spot.
He's hot.
I like JD against lefty in the two. Robbie, I don't really have a cleanup hitter here, do I?
Conforto, right?
Yeah, I just don't like stacking all these lefties in there. But I don't have any righties. Where's Eduardo Nunez? Let's I put Eduardo in for Dom.
If you need power, well, I got Adams. Eduardo goes in for Dom.
And then put JD. Can Nunez play the outfield?
Yes, he can play a little left field.
All right. He's going to play left, and Dom's going to play first. Or JD's going to play first. Whew. This is a softball lineup right now. Let's stick Lowry in the 2-hole and JD in the 4-hole. Conforto, Nunez, Nimmo, Nino. All right, that's as good as I think it's going to get against a lefty.
All right.
This is a smoke and mirrors game, boys.
Let's see what happens. The Mets lose 6-1.
Yeah. Another late outburst by the Nats, though. They got 3 in the 8th.
Yeah. Again, yeah, exactly right. They were down 3-1, and then what happened? Matz was okay. Then Wilson was fine. Diaz got no outs, yet gave up 2 hits and a walk, 3 earned runs, and a home run.
Another homer by Rosario.
Indeed. He is red hot.
Yeah, well, I mean, gee, you're going to take Cespedes out of this lineup. You're going to take Alonso out of this lineup. They got all these lefties. That was just a bad matchup, and Corbin was
good. Yep.
So, all right, we need to look. Today is May 35th. We got to get out of this June junk and start playing some baseball. We're now only a game up on the Phillies and the Braves.
That's right. Playing the Nationals. And the Nationals, only 3 under 500.
Yeah, they're hanging around.
All right, so here we go. We got another important message here. Cespedes, yep, day to day, so okay. Let's go ahead and move to the next game against the Nationals.
At least it's going to be a righty this game. Joe Ross, who the Mets historically pound Joe Ross. And we've got Mr. Stroman.
The more they change, the more they stay the same. Losing streak continues.
Losing streak. Okay, well.
Oh, that was the post in the Daily News. It's dead wood. Mets go quietly. Lose the Nats again.
These pun. You guys got to do a lot better with the puns if you're doing the New York Post.
Oh, and the sub post. Deep freeze. Polar bear Alonso to chill out 2 weeks.
There you go. That's much better.
Mets need an 86-inch hot foot to catch fire again.
So,
oh my gosh, this is great.
Dom Smith replaces Cespedes and left.
All right.
Matt Adams goes in the lineup in the 4-hole for first base.
Oops.
Brandon Nimmo goes into the game for Jed Lowry. Nimmo goes to right. McNeil goes to third. And I'm going to go McNeil, Rosario 2, Cano 3, Conforto 4, Ramos 5, Dom 6, Nimmo 7, Adams 8. And I guess click on Conforto real quick. Yeah, put Conforto in right and Nimmo in center, please.
All right. We all
Yeah,
set?
we're probably gonna have to go in the lineup and go back to having Conforto be the right fielder. We got to tweak that so we don't have to change that every game.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Stroman. Let's see if we can get something out of him. I
All
like
right.
our off. Mr. McNeil, I think, is going to bounce back.
All right. We are simulating the whole game. Here we go. The Mets trying to bounce back. Tough couple of days. We want those back pages to be nice to us, and they will be today. The Mets get a 6-2 win. Nemo, 4 for 4, homer, 2 doubles, 2 runs, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored, and Stroman strikes out 6 and 7 and a third. Nice win. Oh, and look at Rosario, run scoring triple in the third.
And right before you clicked Sim, I said I think Mr. McNeil's going to bounce back, and he got 3 hits for
There
us.
you go. You know exactly what you're doing, Gus.
I like this lineup. Is a good lineup against any righties. Conforto with a homer there out of the cleanup spot.
Yep.
And let me see the pitching.
Stroman was excellent.
It's one of his better starts of the year.
Absolutely. And he picks up his 7th win, too.
Lugo has been outstanding.
Nemo found. 4 for 4 performance leads the way.
Just keep winning. Just keep winning.
Oh my God, Louis Dog. By the way, it's good to see a Sublime fan in the chat. Good to see.
All right. So, is that the whole series?
McNeil suffers. No, that was only the third of 4. McNeil suffers a day-to-day injury, groin soreness, moderate effect. Recovery is expected to take a week.
And does the game know it's June? Is this why this is happening?
Stro time. Stroman strong effort lift Mets out of slump. But
All
we
right.
gotta have something on the bottom about the McNeil injury there.
All right, let's finish today.
All right. Let's take a look at the standings here real quick. A look on our homepage. We are only a half game up of the absolutely on fire Atlanta Braves. Absolutely on fire. But on the other hand, we've got Cespedes, Alonso, and McNeil coming back all in 5 days or less.
And I got, Cespedes and McNeil are just going to be dead wood on the bench.
Yep.
All right, so go into the roster for me and make it so I can see the entire. There we go. That's good. All right. We're going to send Gesellman down.
I'm happy about that. Okay.
And I need a bat. What does Jimenez play? Let me see all the different positions Jimenez plays. Is he just shortstop?
Shortstop and second base.
It's not a lot of versatility. Plus, he's a lefty bat. We got a lot of lefty bats. What do I got for righty bats in AAA?
McNeil day to day, just like the rest of us.
Yeah.
Let's look position wise here. So, does it say? No, you got to sort of hover over him. First baseman is a switch hitter. Turdoslavich. How do you pronounce that?
Probably not even on the 40 man.
Hager's a righty. Perez is righty. I mean, I'm trying to find some green. You got Parker.
Who's
he's a lefty.
Oh my God, Jake Marisnik. Let's get Marisnik back up.
Okay.
All right. Go into the schedule.
What's up, clocks? Okay.
All right, so we win this one. We split this series. I'll feel good about that if we can get a split in Washington before coming home for St. Louis. All right, let's move on.
Okay.
That day off on the 11th is going to be helpful for all these guys who are banged up.
All right, Gus, what are we doing today? We're facing Lynn, and we have Jake on the mound. Jake he needs to bounce back from that dismal performance, and
Yeah.
we need to
All right.
split this series.
Well, we need to put McNeil and Cespedes on the bench. We need to put Nimmo in the game and put him at the leadoff spot. And go ahead and move Rosario up to the 2 hole. Put Conforto in the 4. Ramos in the 5. Stick Nimmo in center field and Conforto in right.
Sorry, one of the Onion headline was Mets consider promoting guy with unpronounceable name. The chat is on fire tonight. Absolutely on fire.
Put Conforto in right.
My God, that's great.
Surprised there wasn't more clamoring for Tebow.
I was hovering. I was even hovering a little bit.
I know. Let's get JD in the game. And let's get Matt Adams used to be a national. Let's get him in the game, and maybe he can do something against his old team. All right, so now let me figure out if I got enough people to play the right positions. So Matt Adams plays first base. JD will go to left field.
It's quality work, Magus. Quality.
Nimmo, Rosario, Cano, Conforto. Put Davis in front of Ramos.
Oops. Oops, oops, oops. Wait, stop it. Stop it.
Stop reading the newspapers and focus.
I'm trying. So Davis, Ramos, Conforto, or do I have that wrong?
No, Conforto 4, Davis 5, Ramos 6.
There we go. Okay.
Adams Lowry. Okay, I like my 2 guys on fire at the top of the lineup, but
Yes.
I think Matt Adams is going to hit a home run in this game.
Okay. So we're not playing this, right? We're simming it?
No, we are simming it.
Okay. So here we go. DeGrom's got to win this one. Come on, Jake. Give us the split in Washington. The Mets win 7-6, scoring 5 runs in the 9th inning. Are you kidding me, Gus?
Matt Adams hit a home run?
Oh my gosh.
Did Matt Adams hit a home run?
Oh my gosh. Home runs. Rosario.
Again.
Nope, just Rosario.
Adams had a double in the 9th, though, with 3 on. A base is clear. Or he scored 2 because he had 2 RBIs.
Oh my gosh, Gus, that's impossible. Who did we got it off of? No, Harris.
This is payback for that dreadful loss last year where they scored 6 or 7 in the bottom of the 9th, whatever it was.
Oh my
So Jacob,
gosh.
Jakey again. And then Brock to the future, not great.
No.
But everybody else did well. It's all right. We got to go to the game log for the top of the 9th.
For sure. Cinco de Mayo comes in the 9th. Tacos for Queens.
Sean Doolittle once again unable to get out Mets batters.
All right, so let's take a look at this 9th inning. So what was the score going into the top of the 9th? What was the score? Hold on. I got to...
Well, the final was 6-5 Mets. Is that right?
Yeah, so no, 7-6, right? Hold on a second. I got to see this because it's going to drive me nuts. How do I get back? Where do I go back? Here we go. Box score. So it was... No. So it was 6-2.
Yeah, we were up 2-0, and they had a 2, a 2, a 1, and a 1.
So it's 6-2 in the top of the 9th. Will Harris on the mound. Conforto walks. Davis gets a single, first and second. Wilson Ramos singles to make the bases loaded. Then Adams hits on a 1-2 pitch, the 2-run double. Then Lowry strikes out swinging.
Dom Smith pinch hits.
Dom Smith pinch hits and walks. So Doolittle comes in. Nemo singles, scores Ramos. Then Rosario singles, scores Adams. And then Cano flies out but gets the RBI. and to
No.
put the Mets up 7-6. And then in the ninth, Waka comes in. No, Lugo comes in. Sorry, Lugo, and he gets eaten the fly out, ground ball to Cabrera, ground ball to Soto. What a stunning win! This is the kind of win that you're going to point to, Gus. The difference between splitting a 4-game series and losing 3 out of 4 to a division rival, scoring 5 in the ninth is amazing. That is amazing. Awesome Ahmed. Rosario Mets tee off on Nats bullpen for series splits. I like it. Nationals bullpen can do little to stem the Mets comeback, blow it in the ninth. That's good. That's good, Alex. That's good.
Very good.
Ooh, Gus, that was fun. I like that. I like that a lot. So now let's go let's finish today. And let's take a look at our home screen. We picked up a game. So we're a game and a half up on the Braves. So it's Monday, June 8th, and we now have a 3-game set with the Cardinals. The Cardinals, by the way, are struggling this year, 31-35. So they are not exactly killing it, and we are facing Flaherty, get the best right away, followed by Martinez, followed by Dakota Hudson. So we've got our work cut out for us. Those are 3 good pitchers.
Yep.
So, what are we thinking here, Gus?
I don't feel like I've pitched a Syndergaard game in a while, so we'll play this first game.
All right, here we go. We're going to play the game. What's that?
Try to carry the momentum, and with the lack of a bench here, this will challenge my managerial abilities to manipulate the roster and all that. So we're going to be without Cespedes and without.
That's right. All right. So what does our lineup look like today, Gus?
Well, Cespedes is back apparently. So, let's put McNeil on the bench, and let's put Nimmo in the game at the top of the lineup there, and stick him in center field. And move Rosario up to the 2-hole. And we'll keep Robbie in the 3, Conforto 4. I'm going to give Yo an extra day. Yo's in the game. Let's go. I don't like Adams against Flaherty, so let's put Dom in the game at first. And put JD in the game for Lowry at third. Lowry's more of a bench guy player for me. Let's go JD 5, Ramos 6, Yo and Dom. Yeah, it's a little righty heavy in the middle there against Flaherty, but I think I'm okay with it. Defensively, it's decent. Look at Nimmo, by the way. He's 351 now.
Love it.
And Ahmed is, well, he's only 215.
With a 576 slugging, by the way.
Yeah. Well, he's got seven taters. All right. We're good to roll here.
All right, here we go. We're going to play this one, folks.
City Field on a June night. Probably going to be about 78 degrees with the wind blowing out about 10 miles an hour.
All right, so here is Syndergaard against Edman, the young third baseman. .67 degrees, very cloudy. Wind blowing in from left. It's a chilly June night, Gus.
Yeah.
It's ground ball down to third. Plays to first, 1 away. Here's Wong. He will fly out to left field. Nice lazy fly ball, 2 away.
This is where we could have used David Wright in the game, so then we could have had Wong and Wright. 11 you is Wong. I don't want to be right.
Here's Goldschmidt, and he will pop out. So a nice start to the game. 1, 2, 3 for Syndergaard.
Much better than we got from DeGrom.
Much better than DeGrom. Here's Nemo, Rosario, and Cano. Nemo, red hot.
444 on base.
Red hot. Full count to Nemo.
Flaherty with an 091 whip on the year, so this is...
And that is a strikeout. One away for Rosario, also red hot. Well over the Mendoza line. And that is a lazy fly ball to right field. 2 away.
I also feel like he's homered in 5 of the last 7 or something like that. You're going to have to look at his game log later.
Here is Cano. Here's a 3-1 pitch to Cano. That is ripped down the line. Ripped to the right side of the second baseman. 3 up, 3 down for the Mets. Top 2, Miller, O'Neill, Fowler.
All good.
2-2 count to Miller. That is strike 3, 1 away. Here's O'Neill. 0-1 pitch to him. And that is popped up. Third base, 2 away for Fowler. The speedy Fowler, I believe, if I'm correct.
Yeah, let's bring corners in on him.
Oh, shoot. I clicked.
Sorry,
That's fine, but he strikes him out. So Syndergaard makes it moot. There's your back page headline. Syndergaard makes it moot.
Meet the moots.
All right, bottom 2. Here's Conforto. He will ground over to second, 1 away.
I don't feel like there are going to be a lot of runs scored in this game.
J.D. Davis at the plate. 0-2 pitch. He strikes out looking. 2 away. And here's the Buffalo Ramos. He's swinging on a 1-0 count. And that is popped up behind to the right of the catcher. And that is caught. 3 up, 3 down. Nothing after 2.
This is that's Matt Wieters behind the plate.
Here's DeJong, Wieters, and Flaherty coming up for Syndergaard.
He's a little dinged up apparently, but he kills the Mets. Oh my Lord, does this guy kill the Mets?
He has a hyperextended elbow. So let's hit him in that elbow. No, I'm just kidding. There's a strikeout for Syndergaard. That is his third of the day. 1 away. Here's Wieters. He's swinging on the 1-0 pitch. And that is a lazy fly ball to right center field for the second out. And here is Flaherty. Outfield is shallow. 2-2 to Flaherty. And this should be the 4th strikeout for Syndergaard. And it is. Syndergaard is red hot through 3. Flaherty also red hot. Got Cespedes, Smith, and Syndergaard. Here's a 1-1 pitch to Cespedes. That is a pop fly. That will be caught by the third baseman for 1 out. Here's Dom Smith. 2-2 to Smith. That is a base hit. So Smith gets the first hit of the game. A 1-out single with the pitcher coming up. Are we bunting Noah here?
No, we're swinging away.
Swinging away with Noah Syndergaard. Not trying to move Smith over. That proves costly as he strikes out. And when Nemo gets his obligatory base hit, I think Gus is going to start to face some tough questions from the press. 1-1 count, and it is a lazy fly ball to center field. So perhaps no tough questions from the press after that one, Gus.
Don't let bunt all the time. I would like the people in the chat to start predicting who will get the first hit for the Cardinals.
Oh, there you go. Who's getting the first hit for the Cardinals, chat? That's the question. So we're in the top of the 4th. Edmund is up. And here's Syndergaard.
Kind of like the Bucci overtime challenge. Whoever predicts this correctly, I will acknowledge that you predicted it correctly.
We got a vote for Fowler and a vote for Wong and a vote for Miller so far. Alex says it's always sneaky Fowler.
Okay.
All right. Swinging on the first pitch, ground ball down to third. The play is made, 1 out.
Is anybody going to be brave enough to say no one?
So here is Wong, and both Bender and DA have Wong as getting the first hit. Full count. And that is ball 4. So the perfect game is gone, but that's still not a hit. Here's Goldschmidt.
Hold the runner and double play depth.
Double play depth and holding the runner. 1-2 count. That is a fly ball to center field. Center field is going back. He does make the play. 2 away. The runner tags and makes it to second. Interesting.
Good base running there to get running scoring position with 2
Very
outs.
good base running. Very good
Um,
base running.
Brad Miller's a pull, so we're shifted. All good.
All right, here we go. Here's the pitch, 1-2 pitch, and that is a base hit. The question is, will it score a run? The runner is coming in, and he is safe.
So a very significant tag up.
Wow. So Brad Miller with the hit. Magus, of course, predicts it correctly. Well done, Magus.
He went for the guy who's cold and hitting 212, and he nailed it.
And he said that's why he's picking him since he's cold. He said Miller since he's cold and all. Miller steals second base. 0-1 count.
Let's go shift left here for the extreme pull hitter.
2-2 count, and that is a fly ball to shallow center field, and the play is made. 1-0 St. Louis, heading to the bottom of the fourth.
Might stay 1-0 for a while.
Here's Rosario, 2-1 count to him, and he grounds slowly to third. Play is made, 1 out. Here's Cano. He's got an 0-1 pitch that he's swinging on. He pops it into left center field. The play is made, 2 away. Here's Conforto. He's got a 2-2 pitch, and he strikes out swinging. 1-0 Cardinals in the fifth. Fowler, DeJong, and Wieters. Here's Fowler, and he will walk on 4 pitches.
Let's hold him.
They're holding Fowler, 2-2 count. That is hit well, but right at the left fielder, 1 away. Man on first. Here's Wieters. Still holding, I presume?
Yes, sir.
Full count to Wieters, and he strikes out swinging, and that is a strike him out, throw him out, double play as the runner was moving.
This is going to be a low-scoring game, so they're trying to make a little something happen. Can't blame them for that.
Flaherty has been excellent. 1 hit and 4 innings pitched so far. 4 strikeouts, no walks. Davis, Ramos, Cespedes are coming up. Davis on an 0-1 count rips it down the left field line. That is going to be a leadoff double for J.D. Davis. I like that, Gus. I like that a lot.
He's had a very nice, consistent season.
Onion Sports, Nostramagus, local oaf predicts first hit of random game. Spectacular. Spectacular. All right, Davis is on second. Nobody out. Here's Ramos. We doing anything here?
He's the Buffalo. He likes to hit the right field in these situations. Let's see if he can at least move him over.
1-1 count. He does hit it to the right side, but it's on the ground. It gets the runner over. It's a productive out. That's what you're looking for, especially in a close game. Now we need another productive out, or how about just a base hit from Cespedes?
Yeah, I mean, he's only had 8 RBIs so far this year. He came up late because of injury or whatever, but Yo needs to start driving in some runs.
All right, he's swinging away. 1-2 count to Cespedes, and he strikes out swinging. The last thing you want there.
And the Cardinals brought the infield in here in the fifth. It's going to be a close game. But I like Dom here.
I was going to say, this has got to be a walk situation, right? They're not going to pitch to Smith or Syndergaard.
I don't know. He's only hitting 200 on the season. I think they're going to pitch away.
And they do pitch to him, and he hits a slow roller. They're trying to get him. Will they get him? They do.
Oh.
They do. Almost had the infield single that would have tied the game, but no. It's 1-0 Cardinals into the sixth. Flaherty, Edman, Wong, and Syndergaard is at 69 pitches.
All right. Let's get Flaherty and go from there.
Flaherty is swinging on the first pitch, and he hits a base hit to left field. Are you kidding me? The pitchers are just doing well against the Mets at the plate. All right, here's Edman. Flaherty at first, nobody out.
Pitch away.
2-2 count, and that is a very slow roller in front of the plate. Throw is at second. They get the fielder's choice, so they get the lead runner. Edman is at first with speed and 1 out.
Pitch out, please.
Pitch out. Runner is not going.
Hold the runner, please.
Holding the runner, full count, and that is a walk. First and second, 1 out. Syndergaard scuffling a little bit here.
Let's visit the mound.
Do you want to warm up before we visit, or just visit?
You can hit visit the mound and then hit change pitcher, and this will allow us to warm somebody up, but we don't actually have to change the pitcher.
Okay.
They got right, switch, right. So they got a lot of things. Let's get Familia up. He's been good for us lately. I don't think he pitched in the last game.
All right.
And Noah, I need you to get a double play here, but double play depth.
Double play depth.
And outfield deep.
All right.
And let's pitch away. Big spot right here.
Swinging at the first pitch, and there's a wild pass ball. Excuse me, not swinging. Pass ball. Second and third, one out.
Infield's in. Put the outfield back to deep.
You walking him here? You want to?
That's a good question. 1-0 count, and they've got Miller. I just don't trust Noah with the bases loaded to not necessarily walk the next guy either. So no, we're just going to bring infield in and pitch.
All right. Infield is in. We're pitching. 1-2 count. Strikeout. Big strikeout for Noah.
Here's Miller.
2 outs for Miller, the lefty.
And then they've got O'Neill after that. So I'm gonna walk Miller and pitch to O'Neill.
Okay.
And go shift left on O'Neill. And
right.
outfield shift left.
All right, here we go. Big spot, bases loaded, 2 outs, 1-run game. O'Neill versus Syndergaard. Syndergaard gets a 2-1 count. That is popped up to the third baseman. The play is made. Well done, Gus. 1-0 through 5, 5.5. So now we got the pitcher spot up. Interesting. What are you doing here, Gus?
This is interesting. It's only a 1-0 game. Syndergaard's at about 80 some odd pitches.
Let's take a look. He is at 89. So, yes, 80 some odd. Very odd, very high.
And all right, when they're going to be at the bottom of their order.
They got Fowler to John Wieters coming up.
And I got Familia up. All right, so let's go to. I'm going to take a shot with Matt Adams here since it's a 1-run game. He's the guy who can tie it up with one swing of the bat.
All right, here we go. Matt Adams at the plate versus Flaherty, who has given up only 2 hits, struck out 5 through 5. Here's Adams, 1-2 to him. And there's another strikeout. That is number 6 for Flaherty.
Former Cardinal could not get it done against his old team.
Here's Nemo, 1-1 count to him. He hits a pop-up to short center, and that is caught 2 away for Rosario. Rosario on a 1-0 count. He hits it well. That's going to get to all the way to the wall. Rosario will be on at least second. Rosario at second with 2 outs. So you got speed, and a hit scores him here. You got Cano at the plate.
Big spot for Robbie.
0-2 to Cano, and he grounds down to second, and that is the 3rd out of the inning.
He was hitting 354 with runners in scoring position, too.
All right, so Familia comes in, right?
Yeah, comes in, and yeah, he just comes in. Adams is out, and let's get Wilson up, just in case I need a lefty for Colton Wong. Okay.
All right, so Familia versus Fowler.
Yep.
2-2 to Fowler. And that is grounded past the first baseman. He's at first with speed, nobody out to lead off the inning. Here's DeJong.
Double play depth, not corners. Yeah. And hold him.
1-1. That is grounded to second slowly, and the second baseman boots it. First and second. Nobody out.
I don't think Wieters is going to bunt here, so double play depth him. And pitch.
2-0 to Wieters, and that is a fair ball.
Oh, you're getting
a fair ball. Bases loaded. Nobody out.
We're getting dinked and dunked. And Flaherty's still in the game, so let's visit the mound. Just because I want to tell everybody what we're doing with the ball. All right, cancel. And let's hopefully we get an out of the pitcher.
Full count. He walks him. Oh, no.
Justin, you think you can trust La Familia?
Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. All right. Here's Edmund.
Let's go to Mr. Wilson. Infield's still in. Yep. Okay.
All right. That is a base hit up the middle. 1 run will score. The bases remain loaded with nobody out. It's now 3-0 Cardinals. Wong at the plate.
Can you get Waka up in the pen?
All right.
Outfield normal, not shallow.
Two and two count. That is a base hit to right field. 1 run will score. 1 run will be thrown out at home.
Of course, if the outfield had been shallow, it would have been caught.
4-0, 1 out, first and second. Goldschmidt at the plate.
Double play depth.
Could blow it open right here. He's swinging at the first pitch. Runners are moving. Looks like everyone is safe. Second and third, 1 out.
Let's walk Goldschmidt.
All right.
And then double play depth on Miller. Try to get a DP and get out of this inning. Oh, Lord.
It is a 4-pitch walk. It's 5-0.
All right. Go ahead, just pitch. I don't like where we're headed with this game, so.
That is a squibber to the pitcher who throws out the runner at least, so there's 2 outs, bases loaded. Fowler at the plate.
Pitch away.
1-2 count to Fowler, and he strikes out. It's 5-0 in the bottom of the 7th now.
That was a very weird inning the way that all unfolded.
Yes, it was.
That error definitely hurt. Should have been a double play. Would have been nobody on and 2 out. But that's baseball, Susan.
That is baseball.
All right. Let's swing away against Mr. Flaherty. A lot of flailing by the Mets in this game.
More flailing. A 3-pitch strikeout for Conforto. 1 away. That's 7 strikeouts. J.D. Davis, he's got a 1-2 pitch. That's the 8th strikeout of the game for Flaherty. Here's Ramos. Ramos is swinging at the first pitch. And that is grounded to third. 1-2-3 for the Mets. It's looking pretty ugly right now. It's 5-0. Wilson still out there. Waka is ready.
Yeah, let's put Walker in the game and double switch. Let's put him in Ramos's slot and put Nito down there in the pitcher spot. We'll get the Buffalo a little bit of a rest.
All right.
Walker's going to close this one out for us.
All right, here's DeJong. 2-1 count to him. It's grounded down to third. 1 away. Here's Wieters. That is a ground ball to short. 2 away. And here's Flaherty, who remains in the game. He's going to come out and pitch the bottom of the 8th. He grounds down to third, so 1-2-3 for Waka. So it's getting close to desperation time. Cespedes, Smith, and Nito are up. Here's Cespedes. And that is a 1-2 count. And that is hit to center field. And that is caught by the center fielder Fowler, 1 away. Flaherty is only at 83 pitches. Here's Dominick Smith. He's got a 3-1 count. Base runners are the name of the game now. So he's on first with 1 away for Nito.
First walk of the game for Flaherty.
Nito has a 1-2 count. I don't like this. Oh, he pops it up. Actually, that's not popped up. That's hit pretty well out to deep center. It is caught, though. 2 away for Nemo. 0-1 count to Nemo. He grounds it to first base, and that is it. It is 5-0 and heading to the top of the ninth. Waka still on the mound. Edman at the plate. 1-2 count to him. And that is grounded down to third. The play is made. Throw to first, 1 away. Here's Colton Wong. Full count to him. And he walks. He's at first with 1 away.
Hold the runner.
Double play depth?
Sure.
2-2 count. That is strike 3. Man on first with 2 away. Here's Miller. 2-1 count to Miller. And he hits it high to left field. The play will be made by the left fielder. We head to the bottom of the ninth. The Mets need another miracle. They're down 5-0. Gus, do they have a 6-run inning in them?
No.
Here's Rosario to lead off. He's got an 0-1 count. And that is a fly ball in the shallow right field, 1 away. Here's Cano. 0-1 pitch to Cano. And he hits it pretty well to right field, but that will be caught for the second out. Lastly is Conforto. He's swinging on the first pitch. He wants to go home, and that is a pop out to center field. 3 up, 3 down. The Mets are shut out at home by Flaherty and the Cardinals. 5-0. Flaherty with a complete game. Notice I didn't say anything after that.
Yeah. Well done.
He has the shutout, strikes out 8, walks 1, 3 hits. A gem by Flaherty. Syndergaard pitches well.
Well, I mean, as all the guys in the chat, I'm sure they're saying, I guess the big second guess maneuver here is I took Syndergaard out after the 6, down 1-0. His spot leading off the inning. He was at 89 pitches.
Oh, this is great. This is great.
In my head, it's a question of I'm only getting 1 more inning out of him anyway. So is it worth having him lead off that inning and then pitching the 1 more inning or trying to get something going offensively? So I tried to get something going offensively, and it blew up.
The headlines, all too familiar. Jarris implodes in ugly loss. Another one. And a free pass home. Mets walk 2 runs in painful 5-0 loss to St. Louis. Jack of all trades, Flaherty shuts out the Mets, winning the game all by himself. So
I would go with Noah offense.
Very good. Well done. All right, we got a message. Pete Alonso has suffered a setback. It'll be at least 1 week till he's ready to play again. Korea is out 5 to 6 weeks, by the way.
Well, that's weird because he played the next game.
That's right. All right, so here's the deal, Gus. Hold on, I'm going to cancel this game.
Pete Alonso played like 159 games last year.
We are 1 game up on the Braves with 2 games left in the series against the Cardinals before our off day.
Click on the schedule real quick. So far tonight we are 3-4. 3 and 4.
3 and 4.
All right. We have a chance to win 2 and have a winning evening.
That's right.
3 and 4, all things being equal, it's June, so kind of happy with 3 and 4 at the moment. The question is, does Gus feel a little pressure now and maybe put McNeil back in that lineup? Is he down to a day on his day-to-day?
3 days.
Yeah.
Minimal impact, though. It says minimal impact.
All right. He's got a groin injury.
Yep.
Whew. Tough calls here. All right. Let jump. Can you jump back? Can we get out of the game and then let's go back to where the rosters or the lineups and let's make Conforto the everyday right fielder and Nimmo the everyday center fielder again. I guess some lineups.
All right, so Conforto's the right fielder.
Yeah. And let's stick Nimmo in the lineup. Let's build this out so we don't have to.
Okay.
So Nimmo goes in the lineup. He goes to center field. He's our leadoff guy. Rosario's our two-hitter.
This is against righties.
Yeah. Let's put JD in there for McNeil. And let's put Dom in for Jed Lowry. So I need a third. JD goes to third. No, I meant position wise.
Yep.
Batting wise, keep Robbie at 3. Conforto 4, JD 5, Ramos, Cespedes, Smith. Yeah, that works. And I don't think we have any lefties before the day off, so we don't need to worry about the lefties right now.
All right, we're simming this one, right?
Carlos Martinez against
Rick Porcello.
Porcello. Since we're fighting off a big chunk of games here tonight, let's send this one to the 7th inning and see where we're at.
All right.
Maybe there'll be some drama to be had.
It's 6-1 Mets in the 7th, Gus.
So not a lot of drama to be had. That's good.
Porcello's still in the game. 70 pitches heading into the top of the 7th.
Well, let's just go ahead and play some baseball. Go ahead and shift left.
Okay.
Push away. We got a 5-run 6th, looks like we had there. So
And there's a strikeout for Porcello. Here's Fowler.
you can pitch away to him.
2-2 to Fowler. Porcello gets him striking, looking.
Yeah, it's time for all the strikeouts.
And here's DeJong. 0-2 to DeJong. And that is a fly ball hit pretty well, chasing the center fielder back, but the play is made.
Paul DeJong, every time you go away, you take a little piece of me with you. Here's Robbie Cano, who's 2 for 3 with a homer.
There's a ground ball to the right side, 1 away.
Michael Conforto has walked a couple of times, apparently, because he's 0 for 1.
0-2 to Conforto. And that is hit, well, actually, it's pretty shallow right field. 2 away.
We had a home run.
Rosario hit one.
Oh, Rosario, that's right. Here's JD. He's 3 for 3, it looks like.
And he's got a full count. And he walks.
JD just keeps rolling along.
Here's Ramos, who's got 2 RBI today. 1-0 count. Gets by him. JD will get to second with 2 outs. Buffalo with the 2-0 count. It's a hitter's count. And he grounds it sharply to first, and that'll be it. So we head to the 8th with the Mets with a 6-1 lead. Porcello's still on the mound. 82 pitches. He's got gas in the tank.
Yeah, he does. We'll let him see what he does here.
All right. Molina leads off with the base hit.
We're going to pinch hit Matt Carpenter here.
Yep.
Carpenter or Molina in the first game. Let's shift guard third. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Go ahead and pitch.
0-1 to Carpenter. That is skied.
A lot of hang time on that ball.
Oh my gosh.
Got time for a commercial break during this.
Wow. That was the highest ball hit in the history of mankind.
I think they used the flubber ball on that
Woo!
pitch.
There's a reference for you. One out to Edmund. Holy mackerel. And there's a walk.
Let's get into the bullpen here, and let's go with Mr. Diaz. See if we can get him back on the bump a little bit.
Playing with fire. Edwin Diaz, who has a ripe 5.09 ERA this year.
Go ahead and pitch.
First and second, one out. 1-0 pitch. That's grounded right to Rosario. There's over to second for one, over to first for two. Double play. We got 8 innings from Porcello so far, Gus. I'm thinking complete game right now.
You might be the only one.
Here's Cody Whitley in the game now for Cespedes. Cespedes is swinging away. That is going to be caught. One away. Nice play by Dexter Fowler.
Made a couple against us.
Here's Smith.
He's got a double.
And that's a ground ball into the shift. 2 away. You're not going to take Porcello out with a chance for a complete game, are you?
Well, geez, I mean, the chat room must be just burning up right now over this. So, sure, we'll let him go ahead and swing the bat.
Crowd cheers. They like it. It's 0-2, and he strikes out, but that's okay. Porcello's going to go back there out to the top of the ninth, trying to give the Mets bullpen a rest and make sure they can do anything they want to try to win this series tomorrow.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Here's Goldschmidt. 2-2 to Goldschmidt. And that's a strikeout. That's the way to start it. That is the 9th strikeout for Porcello today. Miller at the plate. He's got a 3-0 count, and he walks. What are you doing here, Gus?
We're just pitching.
Double play depth?
Sure.
1-2 to O'Neill. And that is strike 3. That is the 10th strikeout for Porcello. 2 outs in the 9th. Fowler at the plate. They're pitching. Fowler's swinging at the first pitch. And that is a base hit to center. First and second, 2 outs. Tying run still not up.
Get Lugo up. Just because. Don't want to get caught off guard here.
All right, first and second, 2 outs. DeJong at the plate, full count. He strikes him out. That's the way to win a game. 11 strikeouts for Porcello. He is excellent tonight in a big win for the Mets.
Former Cy Young Award winner. Dials it up.
Meanwhile, Cespedes had a 3-run home run in the 5th inning. Cano also had a solo shot. So Cespedes paying some dividends today, and Porcello complete game. 9 innings, 6 hits, 1 run not earned, 3 walks, 11 strikeouts. What a great win for Porcello.
Outstanding performance. We said Cespedes needed to pick up the RBI totals. And
Yep, he did.
All right, big rubber game here on a Friday night.
That's right. We'll finish the day. We'll see how the Phillies did. Did we pick up any ground? We did not. Excuse me. See how the Braves did. The Braves are just right there with us, giving us no space, no breathing room, Gus. What's going on? All right, last game of the series, last game of the night. What's your lineup look like, Gus?
Dakota Hudson on the mound. Doesn't have a win yet this year, but has a 3.3 ERA. It shows you how meaningless wins and losses are. McNeil's got still 2 more days, right? So
Yep.
I don't want to force that. We got the day off coming. We're way ahead of where everybody thought we'd be at this point, so no point rushing back. Nito in there for Ramos. He's a little tired. That's fine. I'm going to go back to the Matt Adams well one more time. against his former team. So stick him in there for Dom at first base. Switch him and Cespedes. And
Pristine Porcello. Rick sits 11 in impressive win. Porcello, enough said. 6-1 Mets. Explosion. Mets have their revenge against St. Louis with a 5-run 6 and 6-1 win. The papers are being nice to you right now, Gus.
he's on the Porcello throne.
Oh, that's good.
I want to get Lowry in the game at all. No, I'm good with this lineup.
All right.
Really wasn't too much from Mr. Matz. He's 2-6 with a 5.74 ERA. So let's jump this one to the seventh inning as well.
All right, we're going to the seventh inning. 1-0 Mets.
Mr. Matz is
wow. It's the top of the seventh. Matz is 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Oh my! I'm afraid to touch this, Gus.
So probably a lot of ground balls. All right, let's go. Let's see what we got.
All right, DeJong is up 2-2 to him. He strikes out. Matz is just on fire. That's his third strikeout. Here's Fowler. Full count to Fowler, and he grounds to third. That's a base hit. Fowler with speed on first base with 1 out.
He's had 89 pitches, so let's jump into the bullpen here and get up Mr. Betances. Everybody but Waka is pretty much rested at this point.
Yep.
Okay, let's make sure we hold the runner, and I want to go double play depth here. I think they're going to bunt the bottom of the order.
1-1 count. That is a base hit into center field. First and second. So 1 out.
They're going to go to their bench here for their pitcher because they got the pitcher in the 8th spot.
It's our friend Neil Walker at the plate.
Neil Walker, so double play depth for Neil. Let's try to throw that little change up, down, and away and get him to roll over one.
2-0 count. Dangerous count. That is grounded to third, over to second for 1. That's all they'll get. Fielder's choice. First and third, 2 outs now for Molina.
Oh, God. Met killer, Yadi Molina. He's on fire. So is Colton Wong. Max is at 95 pitches. This is the old crossroads of the game right here. Betances is still warming. All right, let's pitch to Yachty.
You got a weak shift left here. You okay with that?
Yes.
3-1 count to Molina, and he grounds it to short, over to second for the third out.
Big out, Steven Matz.
Huge.
That's one of the ones where, he gives you that Steve Matz fist pump coming off the mound.
All right, it's only 1-0. You got Nito, Matz, and Nemo.
Well, Nito will bat, and then we'll pinch it for Matz.
Do you want to do some bullpen work, or you're good with Betances?
I'm planning on going to Betances.
All right.
For the 8th, yeah.
So you said Nito swinging?
Yep.
All right.
He doesn't have a home run yet this year.
1-1 count to Nito. And that is a weak ground ball to short, 1 away.
He still does not have a home run. All right, so now we're going to go to the bench. And let's go to Eduardo Nunez.
Here's Nunez batting with 1 out and nobody on. 2-2 to him. He strikes out looking. There's 2 outs. Here's Nemo. 2-1 to him. He hits it very well down the right field line. That's going to be at least 2. And it is a 2-out double. Nemo's at second with 2 outs for Rosario.
Rosie's 0 for 3 today. Cooling off a little bit after his hot streak.
2-2 to Rosario. That is a run-scoring base hit, Gus. That is big. Absolutely huge. The Mets get a little breathing room on a 2-out RBI after a 2-out double from Rosario. Well done. Well done by the Mets.
Let's go hit and run here.
Hit and run with Robbie Cano. 0-2 count. The runner moves, ripped to the second baseman, and that is it. 3 outs. So it's the 8th inning. Betances is coming in, right?
Yeah, check Nunez's second base rating.
I know. Nunez second base rating is 50.
All right, I'd like to double switch him and Robbie.
All right.
So Betances goes in for Cano in the 3 hole.
Okay.
And Nunez goes to second base.
All
and
right.
warm up Lugo. This could be a 4-out day for Lugo.
All right. 2-0. Top of the 8th. Betances pitching. Wong at the plate. 1-2 to Wong. Strikeout. 1 away. Here is Edman. Swinging at the first pitch. That is a very weak ground ball. The pitcher picks it up, and he does not make the play. An error, and there's a man on first base with 1 out. Man with speed.
Paul Goldschmidt is the tying run. Let's just hold the runner and hold our breath.
2-2. He strikes him out. Big strikeout from the big man Goldschmidt. Here's O'Neill with 2 outs and a man on first.
Shift left with the infield and the outfield. And go ahead and pitch.
2-2. Strike 3. Betances with a great 8th inning. Bottom 8. Conforto, Davis, Cespedes. Conforto gets a 2-2 count, and he will pop up. That's the first out of the inning. Here's J.D. Davis. 2-1 to Davis. And that is a weak ground ball to the pitcher. Picked up and thrown to first. 2 outs. Here is Cespedes. 1-0 to Cespedes. He hits it very high and very far. That's gone. That makes it 3-0 Mets. 416-foot home run for Cespedes. You gotta like that. That is what you want. That is what you want. Here's Matt Adams. Could this be his last at bat as a Met? 0-2 pitch. That is a sky high pop up. Sky high pop up, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. That might be the last we see of Matt Adams, folks.
Well, not with Alonso out for longer. All right, so let's do this now. I'm going to go to Lugo, but I'm also going to put Marisnik in the game for Cespedes.
So are we doing a double switch here at all?
Let's see. So where's the pitcher spot? There. Yeah. So put Lugo in for Cespedes, and put Marisnik in for Betances in the 3 spot, and then put Marisnik in center field, and move Nimmo to left. And Lugo's our pitcher.
All right. Let's do this, Gus. Let's wrap this up. What do you say?
I would like to put a nice cap on the evening here.
Here's DeJong. He's swinging at the first pitch. Oh, by the way, Lugo leading the majors in saves. He is 16 for 17 on save situations. He gets the first out. Here's Fowler. Wow, Lugo, look at him. 5-0. 0.96, and he's got 16 saves, Gus. This might be a Cy Young campaign he's waging.
He's only allowed 20 base runners in 28 innings.
0-1 to Fowler. He skies it to center. Hit well, but that will be caught. 2 away. And here's Dean. 2-0 count to Dean. And that is a ground ball to Rosario. Gus, just what we needed. The Mets pick up the last 2 of the series. They win the series. We are over 500 for the evening.
And for the month of June.
The Mets win 3-0. Shutout. That's 2 out of 3 shutouts, right?
Great performance by Mats. I think we gave up 1 run in the last game.
Nemo with 2 hits. Cano with 2 hits.
7 strong from Mats.
Cespedes with 2 hits and 2 RBI.
We had a great game from Porcello. The starting pitching is pretty solid.
Again, the bullpen, tremendous. Look at Lugo, 17 saves, 0.94 ERA.
I think he will be leading the All-Star voting.
Man. Whew. All right, so do we want to finish today? There we go. We got a shared shutout achievement. Do we want to finish today?
Finish today, and we can finish the off day.
We got an off day here, so we'll go ahead and finish today. And Drew Smith is eligible to come off the injured list. I know you've been waiting all year for that, Gus.
Enjoy Syracuse. It's lovely in June.
Where is he? I don't even see him.
He's right at the very top.
Oh, K. Smith. I thought it said Drew Smith.
Go higher. Very first, right above Alonso.
Oh, it is Drew Smith. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to send him to Syracuse?
Yeah.
He has to be on the 40-man.
Okay.
So I put him on the 40-man first?
Yeah. Is there room?
Yep. Yeah. And now I send him down to Syracuse. There we go. Got it.
All right, let's look at the standings.
Let's take a look at the standings. Let's do it. The Mets are a game and a half up on the Braves. Boy, the Braves just keep on coming. The Braves have the second best record in the National League. The third best record in baseball. Gus, we no longer can claim the best record in baseball. That's your Los Angeles Angels. But we're still tops in the National League, and we are way ahead of where I think anybody had us. The back pages should be being very nice to us.
Let's check. I think I saw some all-star voting there in the league page. So, yeah, let's see. All right, we'll do this probably off the stream and a little further. We got a little ways to go before first week of June. It's too early to start casting all-star votes.
Exactly.
Coming away. That's good to see. So, we should get Mr. McNeil back for our next game.
That's right.
Mr. Alonso is going to be a little while longer. So, you know what? The fact that we had a number of guys go down this evening and we were playing with some scrambled lineups to go, and we got 2 bad starts out of Jacob deGrom tonight.
Yep.
So to go 5-4 on this evening, I feel pretty good about. We got another 6 days for Alonso.
Yep. It's June 12th, Gus. We're in first place, playing a 632 clip. We got 3 with the Nationals, 3 with the Cubs, and 3 with the Phillies. I'm pretty happy with that overall.
The trip to Wrigley Field, that'll be fun. And just let's click the info tab and just take a look at where we're ranking at. We're pretty much top 5 in most categories.
That's right. Look at that.
Most places.
Our defense is bad. The one thing that you can see, our defense is bad with the 12th worst, or ranked 12th in zone rating.
That's not surprising. I mean, Robbie Cano's not a great defender, and Cespedes isn't a great defender. J.D. Davis is not a great defender, so that's going to happen. But, the starting ERA is coming down, which we like to see. The bullpen ERA is okay. And it's been a nice blend. So far, I like the team OBP of 340 is nice.
For sure. Definitely is.
So I'm pleased with where we're at. And we can jump to the schedule one more time.
Yep.
Just to see what June in its entirety is going to look like. So next week we got the Nats, Cubs, Phillies, and then a huge West Coast swing. Now, let's check. Go jump back to the standings. Let's see where the Giants and Padres are at.
So the Giants are 10 games under 500, and the Padres are 8 games under 500.
And the Cubs are. Ooh, that's
First place.
Look at that. That's a big time series with the Cubs.
Sure is. Sure is.
And the Nats really just can't get anything going right now. So you had to feel that 5-run ninth might have been a big blow to the Nats' hopes this year. If they win that game, they would have won the first 3 of that series, and they would have been feeling good about themselves. And for us psychologically to get that win on the road, get those 5 runs in the ninth.
Man, absolutely,
that's a huge win. That was the biggest win of the night. I don't know that I'm going to go biggest win of the season quite yet, but you like to see it. And they're across town. The New York Yankees are 9-1 in their last 10 and have moved into second place. So the back pages are going to start getting cluttered.
That's exactly right.
When is the first Subway Series, by the way? Let's jump into our schedule one more time. Usually they play in July, right around the All-Star break.
Yep. July 7th and 8th, we got a 2-game set with them, and then the 28th and 29th, a 2-game set.
Well, that should be fun when we get there, but we got a long way to go.
All right, Gus, this was great. Thank you, as always, for doing this.
Thanks to everybody in the chat for the levity and the quality headline writing. Well done.
Excellent work, Vedic and everybody else. Well done, chat. Well done, Gus Ramsey. Thank you so much for doing this. I'm having a blast. We appreciate it very much. Thank you, everybody that came out tonight. We appreciate it as well. You guys are the reason that I'm able to do what I do and what everybody here at Out of the Park Developments gets to do. You give us tremendous support. Tremendous support. I cannot thank you enough. You guys are the best community in video games. I say it every day because it's true. Every day I hear stories from newcomers and who extol the virtues of the community and how welcoming you are and how you make it easy for new players to learn and to feel welcome. So thank you for that. Obviously a lot of new players this year, as you would expect. So I can't thank you enough. So thank you, chat. Thank you, Out of the Park Baseball community. We got Alex here tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern with his Science Saturday tutorial series. You got me Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern with the Out of the Park weekly prep for the Perfect Team. Monday, you've got the This Week in Perfect Team weekly showdown, the esports tournament show. Tuesday, you got the doubleheader with Chicago Hope at 9 p.m. Eastern and the Big Rich Machine at 10 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday, you got the hockey. Thursday, you got the Perfect Team doubleheader with This Week in Perfect Team, followed by Perfect Team Playoff Push. And then we're right back here on Fridays with GnR Run the Mets. Gus Ramsey, have yourself a fantastic weekend, my friend.
Likewise.
You earned it with your spectacular management. Everybody else, have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you again real soon. Thanks, everybody. Cheers.